Fine is the most dangerous place a woman can live. The relationship that works on paper, the job that pays the bills, the life that looks acceptable from every angle except the one that matters. Most women make peace with fine. They adjust. They call it being realistic. And then there is the other woman, the one who cannot make peace with fine, who sits in the empty space rather than fill it with something that does not belong there, who chooses alone over almost right, who has looked at the comfortable option, the good enough option, the option that everyone around her says she should be grateful for and walked away. This video is about her.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
That's like his golden slogan for me.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize? What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.
Settling is the conscious or unconscious decision to accept less than what you actually want, because wanting more feels dangerous, unrealistic, or ungrateful. It is the gap between what you desire and what you allow yourself to have. And that gap is almost never created by the external world. It is created by a woman's internal world, by what she believes she is worth, by what she believes is available to her, by what she believes she is allowed to want. Settling shows up in the relationship you stay in out of comfort rather than genuine choice. The career you do not pursue because you do not believe you can actually have it. The life you have constructed around other people's expectations rather than your own desires. The version of yourself you have edited down to a size that is easier for everyone around you to accommodate. It is rarely one dramatic decision. It is a series of small ones, made quietly over time, that collectively produce a life that is smaller than you are capable of. Women settle for reasons that have been carefully constructed by a world that benefits from women's acceptance of less. Fear of being alone, the belief that something is better than nothing, that the wrong person is preferable to no person, that an empty space is a failure rather than an invitation. Women have been so thoroughly conditioned to see their relational status as a measure of their worth that the prospect of choosing alone feels like choosing to be worthless. So they stay. They accept. They tell themselves it is enough. The social penalty for wanting more. A woman with high standards is difficult, too picky, unrealistic. The messaging is everywhere and it starts young. Girls who want too much, ask for too much, expect too much, are managing themselves correctly from the moment they begin to manage themselves at all. By adulthood, many women have so thoroughly internalized the idea that their desires are excessive that they edit them down before anyone else even has the chance to tell them no. Scarcity mindset, the belief that good options are rare, that this person, this opportunity, this version of what you want might be the last one. That if you let this go, nothing better is coming. Scarcity mindset turns every almost right into a near miss that feels too expensive to walk away from. It keeps women in situations they have outgrown because the alternative, trusting that something better exists, requires a faith in themselves and in the supply of good things that they have not yet built. The lack mindset underneath it all. This is the deepest root. Underneath the fear of being alone, underneath the social messaging, underneath the scarcity, this is what drives everything. This is as good as it gets for me. I do not actually believe I can do better. I do not actually believe I deserve better. This is my ceiling. That belief is not arrived at consciously. It is built over years of evidence that feels personal. Being left, being overlooked, being told in 100 subtle ways that your expectations are too high for someone like you. And it is the most dangerous belief a woman can carry because it makes settling feel like clarity rather than compromise. It makes staying feel like wisdom rather than fear. The woman who never settles is not born. She is built. And the building requires specific things that have nothing to do with writing a list of standards and everything to do with who you actually become. Dismantle the lack mindset at its root. The belief that this is as good as it gets for me is not a fact. And it can be challenged, not with affirmations, but with evidence. Every time you hold a standard and it is met, you build evidence against the lack mindset. Every time you leave something that does not serve you and survive the leaving, you build evidence that the empty space is not the end. The lack mindset dissolves slowly through accumulated proof that you are capable of more and that more is available to you. Build a life that you are not trying to escape from. The woman who is unhappy in her own life is the most vulnerable to settling because any relationship, any opportunity, any version of almost right feels better than the life she is currently living. The woman who has a life she genuinely loves, work that matters to her, friendships that nourish her, a sense of purpose that exists independently of any relationship, is not desperate for anything to fill the space. She has something to protect, and she will not compromise it for someone who is not worth the adjustment. Make your standards a practice, not a declaration. Standards that only live in your mouth are worthless. They have to live in your choices. Every time you say no to something that does not meet what you require, you are building the standard into your identity. Every time you override it because the situation is convenient or the person is attractive or the timing feels wrong for walking away, you are dismantling it. The woman who never settles is not the woman with the longest list. She is the woman who lives exactly what she claims. Learn to sit with the empty space. This is the hardest skill and the most important one. The discomfort of not having what you want yet is not a signal that you made the wrong choice. It is a signal that the right choice was not free. Sit with it. Do not rush it. Do not fill it with something that does not belong there just to make the discomfort stop. The woman who can tolerate the empty space is the woman who never has to settle for what arrives to fill it before the right thing comes. The woman who never settles has been tempted. She has felt the pull of comfortable and almost right. What she has built inside herself makes settling feel like a violation of who she is rather than a reasonable compromise. That does not happen overnight. It is built through self-knowledge, through holding standards when it costs something, through learning to trust the empty space rather than panic in it, and through dismantling the quiet belief that this is as good as it gets for you, because it is not. That belief is not truth, it is conditioning, and it can be unlearned.